Thanks for staying with us here on Weather Nation as we continue our coverage of Hurricane Iselle as she makes her way closer to the Hawaiian Islands. I'm meteorologist Stephanie Ortmann. Let's get right to the very latest on Hurricane Iselle. Now a weak Category 1 hurricane with sustained winds at 75 miles per hour with wind gusts still recorded up to around 90 miles per hour. The movement to the west-northwest at 16 miles per hour. Now we're going to head over to the phone line and talk to Melissa Deats, who is a resident of Hawaii. She lives on the island of Oahu there in Kailua on the other side of the island from Honolulu. And thank you so much for joining us, Melissa, here. And what kind of conditions are you seeing around Oahu today?
Right now it's pretty beautiful outside, typical Hawaiian day, really nice and sunny, some beautiful trade winds or at least breezes. No real showing of Iselle just yet.
And are you noticing that people are taking the warning seriously?
I think for the most part, I think they are. There are some who aren't, but I think the majority of the population is, yeah.
Okay. And how have you yourself prepared for this storm?
We stocked up on water, non-perishables, brought items in off the lanai, and we're going to be backwashing the pool later today in hopes of containing as much water as possible so we don't flood the house. And we did get some plywood for the windows as well if we need it, but not really sure if we're going to need it at this point.
And are a lot of businesses closing for tomorrow, or are you noticing that a lot of them are staying open?
You know, I really can't say. I think everybody's just waiting and seeing how it hits the Big Island and if it's going to weaken even further, if it's even going to be an issue for us. So I think they're just going to wait and see what happens tonight and what it looks like tomorrow morning.
And what is your main concern here? Of course, you mentioned that you're going to be seeing how it hits the Big Island and affects the Big Island first. But yeah, what are you most concerned about with possibly also Julio affecting the islands early next week?
Flooding is our biggest issue, and power outages. So we need to be prepared not to you know, not play video games, but play board games and cards and have enough food to last us the week should power go out. So yeah, flooding and power outage.
Okay.
Mostly.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. Melissa Deats, again, she's a resident on the island of Oahu there in Hawaii. Appreciate your time. And of course, we're going to have much more coverage on Hurricane Iselle over the next 24 to 48 hours. And of course, we're going to be watching Hurricane Julio after Iselle passes the island. So stay tuned right here to Weather Nation for much more coverage.